uh, uh, All right. I guess that's time to open up for today. You know what? The news be hitting you with bullshit. You ever pay attention to the news and they say, you ever read a news article, which hopefully people do. Hopefully people do in this day and age on the internet. They always put the 3 bulletin points in big bold letters, and it says, and it has one paragraph, and then it'll have another paragraph, and then it'll have another paragraph, and then you read all that, and then you figure out that it's not even the real story, and then the story is just repeating what the paragraph says in the first bulletin. I mean, the paragraph is the first bulletin. The paragraph is the first bulletin. And then the second paragraph is the second bulletin, which is a little... And that's how the news... But you know what they say? They say that there's no evidence of widespread voter fraud. You know, but you gotta pay attention to the fucking news and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it said no evidence of widespread voter fraud. They keep saying widespread voter fraud. Widespread voter fraud. Widespread. But there is... You see what I'm saying? There's no evidence of widespread. Widespread. Hillary Clinton couldn't even get VP. Hillary Clinton couldn't even get VP. Hillary Clinton couldn't even get VP. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are the presidents. What will the world... And Family Guy over there trying to bootleg fucking The Simpsons and shit like that. Over there trying to... America... I saw that episode. America only got five years left. Whatever. I see you over there trying to be the fake-ass Simpsons and shit like that. But why... How does The Simpsons get everything so correct, though? Anybody ever think about that? Anybody ever think about that? Anybody also ever think about the fact that they say ass shit on television, but on the radio they can't say it? Does anybody think about that contradiction? Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, leader of the free world, where we tell women that they can get abortions or not get abortions in certain states. Leader of the free world, where at one point in time blacks couldn't sit in the same school as whites. And yet Joe Biden knew this nigga fucked up when he said Kamala Harris, when he was with Kamala Harris in that debate and was like, and she said, oh yeah, I was on the bus that got chartered to the school. And then nigga said, oh, can't let that shit go. Yeah, it was a political move. He knew what the fuck. He wasn't gonna make that woman his motherfucking... But Hillary Clinton, they didn't even want to make coins out of Hillary Clinton. They better make some coins out of this black chick. They better make some coins out of this black chick at least. She's the first VP. She deserves some coins. She deserves a couple coins. Not gonna lie, I did have the opportunity to do some comedy yesterday, or on Friday, but something tipped me off. For the simple fact is I was number 10, which means like 30 minutes, and then they kept letting people go in front of me, and I was like, dude. And then what really threw me off was I was supposed to go, and a couple people that I really wanted to perform in front of, I didn't want to, like, but I was just like, well, at least and then it started getting loud as fuck. I was like, dude. He was like, oh yeah, you're about to go up. And then he was like, nope, she missed her spot, so she goes in front of you. I was like, fuck this. Fuck this. So I just got up and just left the whole thing. But then I realized I can do it every Friday, which is really good. Because now I can do jujitsu and then go do motherfucking motherfucking stand up. My cauliflower ear has been fucking with me. But I just put some ice on that motherfucker. And it went down. And then, yeah. It makes jiu-jitsu not so fun. So, with that, yeah. Oh, fuck. And somebody hit me hard as fuck. I didn't even realize it. But now I think about it, because here's the thing. So, I was sparring in MMA. I was legit sparring in MMA. And I got hit with, this dude who hit me in the solar plexus, I got dropped, back again. Okay, I got dropped 4 times in a week and a half. One dude kicked me across the ring, and then another dude dropped me, right? And then a few days later, the dude dude number 2 dropped me 2 times in the same round, and he hit me in the solar plexus. So I saw him on Wednesday, and I was like, hey man, we gotta fight again. But then I sparred this other dude, and he hit me in the fucking face mask, and I was like, yo, I felt it on the bridge of my nose. I felt the punch at the bridge of my nose. And now that I think about it, I investigated it. Why did I feel that? That shit is broke. My face mask is cracked, nigga. Universe, my face mask is fucking cracked. But I really think that wearing the face mask incites more violence on me. You know what I'm saying? Because, I don't know if I'd be getting hit the same. Because I don't see people get hit the same without a face mask. So I know it's just me. Because, I'm not finna take no chances with my motherfucking brain and face. Are you crazy? Shit. Just imagine if that dude, which I don't know if people like me there. I just try and respect everybody there, because I don't want nobody kicking my ass. If I tap, I want you to let go. But just imagine if that dude didn't, or he probably doesn't like me. I don't know. But he hit me in the face with my face mask, and I turned and I felt that the bridge of my nose. Shit, just imagine if my face wasn't protected, yo. Wear your headgear when doing MMA. Yes. That shit, man, that was a pretty good punch. And yeah, I had to fight that dude again, yo, because, what the fuck? Because he would, if I didn't fight him again, he would remember the fact that he hit me that one time and I never sparred him again. I can't be like that. What the fuck? Oh, man. It can't be like that. Got the pizza cooking and the blunt burning after watching. Okay, I wasn't really in favor of the Davison Figueroa. Brandon, I wasn't in favor of watching it because I kind of just wanted to see Tony Ferguson fight. But I'm glad I did, because that was a pretty gnarly ass fight. That was a pretty good ass fight. I was not disappointed. I don't know who won, actually. I really don't know who won because it didn't show me. I saw the Earl Spence versus Danny Garcia. That shit was pretty live as shit. And then, I saw the Miguel Flores versus the other dude fight. That was pretty gnarly. And to be honest with you, I've actually met a few world-class fighters. I never thought about that because, I went from the Toyota Center to the gym down the street of it. Isn't that gnarly? The Toyota Center is down the street. That's or at least a small part of fate. Oh shit. Almost went to the light on that one. Man, no. The Turnage Ferguson versus Charles Oliveira fight was live as shit, yeah. Was live as shit. Those are like MMA is like what is okay, this is cliche coming up. Hold on. Yeah, I know. It's a cliche. But MMA is like the Darwinism. It's like the Darwinism of like it's human evolution at its finest. I think it's human evolution at its physical finest. At its physical finest. Well, with the steroids and all that shit sometimes, but it's human evolution. I think it's human evolution at like its finest, and like the UFC is like, what is it? They got that. Listen, if they start paying $1 million for a fight, nigga, I might have to change my career. But until then, I'm on some realistic shit. If I'm fighting, nigga, I expect $100,000. I don't care. It's not the fact that my skills are that great. It's just the fact that I got to be able to pay for my broken face. I can't stand when I see pretty girls get their nose broken. What the fuck? It's not funny. I don't like seeing. I want to bang those girls. Like who is it? Jennifer Maya? Damn, that girl got to go in the fuck on. And then who's it? Yeah, she got it the fuck on. She got to go in the fuck on. That body banging. I see you. I don't want her face broken. What the fuck? Evolution. This is the thrown off ass topic. This is my sub branch of that. Okay, they're growing people steaks now. If y'all don't know that, they're growing people steaks. Okay, this is technically not cannibalism. Okay, okay. DIY meal kit for growing steaks from human cells. Okay, it says Oboro steak by Andrew Pelling, Okran, Talhan, and Grace Knight. Design of the Year Museum in London, England. So a bunch of white people said that it was okay to grow human steak. Okay? And then they got, okay. And then they say this right here. Here's what's really throwing me off. People think eating oneself is cannibalism, which technically is not. Grace Knight, one of the designers, told Design magazine. Okay, so a not scientist hold on. Let me make sure. It says, because let me see. By scientist Andrew Pelling, and artist Okran Knight. Okay. Grace Knight is not a scientist. Okay. I'm just going over the article. She's not a scientist. And yet she's telling the fucking world. That eating yourself is not fucking cannibalism. Are you fucking with me? And Fox News has made a... Okay. Even Fox News is saying that it's not technically cannibalism. So two white people are printing article. I don't understand why this is not... Do you see where this is going? There's gonna be OnlyFans called only. There's gonna be OnlyFans version of this called "Eat My Meat," okay, or Only Meats, or Eat My Meat, okay, and people are gonna be selling chunks of themselves on the fucking internet to pay. Can you imagine that? What are we eating? Oh. Can you imagine the argument going, there's no reason why there shouldn't be any food in the fucking refrigerator? Well, what do we always have to eat me? Because, bitch, I bring home all the money. Well, then you the prime steak. Shit. Can you imagine like celebrities selling chunks of meat? Like people are vain as fuck. Like celebrities have been known to sell their hair and and shit in their body mostly, especially when they sign a contract. But that's beside the point. Anyway, here's the thing. Can you imagine like celebrities selling pieces of meat of themselves? Because if anything, like, can you like you gotta sell high, because like any celebrity that goes broke, they're not gonna be worth a lot of meat. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much, it's all in the net worth. Think about it, because like, let's go with Kylie Jenner. She's worth a few dollars. Imagine her selling DIY steak meat of herself. Well, it'll probably taste all rubbery and shit. But can you imagine if she had decided that'd be worth a lot, right? I don't know. Or like LeBron James, he's a pretty prime cut meat guy. You know what I'm saying? He's worth a lot, and he's pretty high on the gene pool, right? Can you imagine him selling pieces of meat of himself? That should go pretty high, right? But like it's and then man, this should be weird, bro. They got people telling us it's not fucking cannibalism. Don't let people lie to you, okay? Don't let people lie to you. Can you imagine? Yeah, that'll bring out the real nature. Like humans, we live this has been said already, I think. But can you imagine if like what will that do to you mentally? Like once that hits the market, you'd be like, damn, I'm hungry now. I can either just cut my finger off and grow it with some phosphate toilet bowl cleaner and salt or whatever you guys are mixing it. Okay, think about this. You go, oh, well, I just, or just imagine like what that actually breeds. You'd be thinking about eating other people now, and that's what that would be. And you'd be like, well, I can't control my urges now. I've been eating. We crave burgers and shit like that. But can you imagine if you started just craving humans? Like, it'd be a weird ass world when you find out your neighbors and your homies have been eating each other because they grow themselves and they've been tasting on each other. And who are we to say, because us as Americans, we have our taboos, and other countries have their taboos. But can you just imagine the psychological things of like what that would do? Like, can you imagine like You'd have to worry. That's a real worry now. You'd be like, well, we do it. You jump a motherfucker and eat them. You have to be worried about shit like that. Or you get bred down the line of just eating each other and inbreeding. Oh my goodness. And then you put that motherfucker in the UFC, and then you put one of them Mark Zuckerberg motherfuckers that have been created in the gene pool in the UFC. You put the genetically created motherfucker and the inbreeded people eating nothing but people eating motherfucker, and teach them both how to fight and see what nature versus nurture happens. Yeah. Y'all want to feed people to each other and say it's not cannibalism? I'm taking this little story all the way to a fight competition. Who would really win? A person that has been bred to just eat and fight other people versus another person that's been genetically engineered to fight other people, but not eat other people. Just genetically engineered to fight. And the other one is engineered to fight, but he also eats other people, or she, or and there's just 100 years of breeding down the line into the ultimate apex motherfucker. Oh yeah, I just did that. I just fucking did that. Uh-huh. You know what I also thought about in the evolutionary chain? You know, because cheetahs, I was looking at a cheetah, and I was just thinking, what were cheetahs like 55 million years ago or 100 million years ago? What were cheetahs like 100 million years ago? How long did these niggas run? And think about it. How fast did the fucking prey run? Think about it. They're evolved to run or defend. Can you imagine what a cheetah was like 100 years ago, or whatever it was 100 years ago? It probably wasn't even a cheetah. What we see now is kind of like light years of, is kind of like the past. We're looking into the past when we see domesticated animals. Am I right? I'm not the smartest guy. I know this, but technically that's right. We're looking into the past when we look at a fucking dog or a cat or a fucking goat or an alligator, right? Can you just imagine if a cheetah was like like the then cheetah was here now? We'd be in a lot of trouble. Not gonna lie, I might roll up another blunt. I can't even stunt, cause that ain't the game. I may be a little lame, then I'll admit that. But what I won't do is front like I got it. You know what I thought about? I'm rolling up another blunt and I go, maybe I was, I need to place the blame somewhere. I'm going to place the blame on, so, there's, anybody been taking Adderall? Did anybody take Adderall when they were little? You got legal meth prescribed to you, and now you wonder why you drink now. Beer is not that good, but weed is. I'm just saying, we all have our DOCs, but why? Is it all our faults? Think about it. Is it all our faults? And then the parents that do drugs now, or your parents that do drugs now, which parents do drugs, because I get high with parents. Anyway, And I do know that your parents out there do some crazy shit and then come back to you. Anyway, with that being stated, but why? And why? Were we preconditioned to get high? So, I could have done comedy Friday. Chose not to. But I went with this dude, right? And he said he went to a psychic. And I have some of what he actually said on the... Because I was going to use... So, he was like... the psychic said that he was going to have kids later on in life. He'll have his ups and downs and turmoils. And he said, he's going to come up on a lot of money. She said that he's going to come up on a lot of money and that women will always be a problem for him. And I was like, man, that sounds like some bullshit that she would say to everybody else. And I was like, man, what you should have did. He was like, yeah, she was telling my future. I was like, what the fuck? I said, that's classic. I said, I read a textbook in psychology. I legit read the psychology book in college. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like it now. But it's called the Barnabas effect. And the Barnabas effect is basically tell you everything you want to hear. You know, tell you it's pseudo-psychology. Psychic is pseudo-psychology. And then he was like, and I'm not talking down to him by any means, at all means. But then he was like, well, there's been real evidence that psychics have solved cases. And I was like, I mean, maybe I might have to go back and look at it. But I personally don't buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell me my future. Because nobody knows it. Because if she was such a fucking psychic, why doesn't she know the lottery? Of course she's going to say she knew you came through the door. She's got to say that. But what you should do is write some shit down on a piece of paper. and then see what she can say. Like, what's written down on this piece of paper? Psychic woman. Trying to con me out of my money. What's on this paper? Huh? Did you know that I was gonna write some shit on a piece of paper?